US President Donald Trump has announced a 25% tariff on all car and light truck imports into the country. Economists are warning that it will be a tax on consumers and have a chilling effect on the global economy.
Every year we've been doing the COGOD Made in America Auto Index to try to determine how really American is a vehicle that's being sold here in the United States. It's focused on consumers understanding where their vehicles come from and what percentage of that vehicle is actually made in the United States as opposed to imported from someplace else. A lot of people don't realize that just because it's an American brand, it not necessarily is being made in America. Just because it's a German brand, it's not necessarily being made in Germany. You think BMW, you think German car. I even heard a story of a student who went to Germany to buy a car, bought a BMW in Germany, and then had it shipped back to the States. And when he shipped it back to the States, the customs official said, you don't have to pay any tariff on this because the car was made in the US originally. And he had no idea until he looked at the VIN number and the customs agent said, yeah, it's got a 4 or 5 on the VIN. It was made in South Carolina. And you went to Germany to buy a car and you paid $1,000 to have it shipped back to the States, and you could have just gone down to the dealership and gotten the exact same car made in South Carolina. Looking at the Honda Civic Si 4-door, produced in Canada, the US engine and an Indian transmission. This one's very enlightening. Assembled in Japan, Japanese engine, Japanese transmission. But look, 60% US-Canadian parts content. So you're telling me that parts and components are being shipped to Japan and then shipped over to the US market.
So if you put a tax on international transactions and reduce those transactions, and you have an economy like Baltimore that's very much connected with shipping in a port, you've got a big problem on your hands, because if fewer ships are coming into the port, you'll end up having higher unemployment rates.
Without the US dollar, the United States is not such a relevant country. The key is the US dollar, but the rest of the world is able to talk to each other and to improve trade relationships and to keep the global supply chain.